Jesus. Hi everyone, how are you doing today? Today has just not been my best of days. You know, seeing social media, checking my Instagram posts, and coming across the shocking demise of Minister Osinachi is, I can't find the words to express the sadness that comes with her demise. It's really sad. I'm not here to mourn her demise because many women have gone just like her who did not speak up, who decided to cover up their abusers, who decided to protect the image of their abusers, who decided to just shut down and not speak up. Women, we must see ourselves as more than just tools. We are more. And until we realize that, we'll constantly be kept under the image of not being fulfilled or complete until you are supposedly under a man. It's just that's how it is, the African mentality and all that, which is okay. I mean, why would you let the man abuse you to the point of death? I am sure that this didn't just happen today. It had been happening from the onset. He had probably been beating her from the onset. It probably started with a slap. It started with him raising his voice. She saw the signs. But women, for God's sakes, you are not rehabilitation centers for badly raised men. If that man has an attitude problem, if he beats you, leave, leave, leave. Why is it so hard for you guys to just get it? Leave. Okay, fine. You want to change him from afar. Since you want to take the work of the Holy Spirit, change him from afar. Don't change him in the same house where he would beat you to death. Give him space. And I don't know where you guys got it from. Where is it in the Bible that you have to stay in an abusive marriage just because you want to be submissive? Just because you don't want people to say you left your marriage? Just because you don't want people to say, nasty stuff about you? Who cares? In as much as that man is raising his hands to beat you, it shows he's not even human. Why would you stay with a beast? Some even give excuses that they're doing it for their children. Trust me, your children will be just fine. Leave. Okay. Now, I'm sorry for the death of, but I have to say this. She's dead now. I mean, who is going to take care of the children? The husband is in jail. The kids are just going to be thrown to a family member. Of course, these family members have responsibilities. So, in time, the kids will have to be thrown around. Okay, I can't afford to feed all the children. Why don't I take one? You pass one to the other family, you pass two to the other family, and that is it. And those children begin to have different psychological breakdowns as they grow up. You need to consider that. And in as much as you want to be there for your children, you cannot be there for your children if you keep staying in an abusive marriage. Why do you feel the need to be under a man, to feel complete as a woman? Why? Why do you feel like you are incomplete except you are with a man? Why? He's beating you. He's making your life miserable. He's jealous that you're successful. And what are you doing? You are covering him up. Now he has beat you to the point that you're not even alive to say your story. You're not even alive to protect your children, whom you claim you stayed in the marriage for. I am going to be saying this with my full chest. I'm not just saying it because of the death of Minister Osinachi. God bless her soul. I'm saying this because of experiences. And in subsequent series, I'll also talk about a live experience that happened to a family member of mine, a very close family member of mine. If the debilitating effects of domestic violence. As women, we need to speak up. This is real. Women are going through a lot, and it is even worse in the Christian circle. Don't let any pastor tell you to stay in a marriage where you are abused. Your pastor is not God. Your pastor is a human being. Okay, let's picture this. You go to your pastor and tell your pastor that your husband is abusing you physically, and he gives you a bunch of Bible passages to read. Picture it. Your pastor goes back to his wife, and they are eating and they are happy and they are living well. And you go home and receive blows, slaps, and kicks. How about that? Have you ever thought about it? How about you walk away from that marriage and keep your sanity? And most especially your life. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about the fact that even these your pastors advising you to remain in the marriage are abusers themselves? Yes, I said so. Just because they stand on the altar doesn't make them God. They are human. Oh, because they speak in tongues. Uh-huh. They quote the Bible passages. Uh-huh. They perform miracles. Uh-huh. They are human. They just might be abusers. Do not be surprised. If the marriage for any reason threatens your life, I will keep emphasizing this. Walk away. Walk away. The very same people that you are scared of what they are going to say about you, the very same people that you are scared of how they are going to rate you or see you, are the very same people that will type rest in peace when you finally die in that abusive marriage. Hold that thought. Domestic violence not only has an impact on the abused, it has an impact on the children. Those children have probably at one time or the other seen their mother being beaten by their father. They're going to grow up thinking, oh, it's okay to beat a woman. She doesn't listen. After all, yes, my dad would just beat my mom and she would succumb. Think about the female children. Is a man going to be treating me this way? Oh, I'm never going to get married. All men are evil. These and many more are the debilitating effects of marriage that involves domestic violence. I'll tell you a short story. I had a relative once that, you know, sought my counsel about something. She's a very happy person, very blessed, lovely lady. And she was of age to settle down maritally. And I was in school then. And as young people, she just said, you know what, I'm coming to see you in school. What can I bring for you? Blah, blah, blah. And then she came and we were just sitting down and having chit chat. And for some reason, she decided to share it with me because I have been a very sensitive child from the beginning. I tend to see things deeper than they just look on the surface. I tend to, be more investigative about issues, just read more and just God has just been faithful, giving me wisdom. I won't say I know too much, but I constantly crave for the wisdom of God and it shows in my life. So I don't know what happened. I don't know how the Spirit of God moved that day, honestly. And she shared that experience with me. I was so broken. And she made me know, okay, fine. She had introduced this guy to us. One time we were on holidays and she brought him over to the house and showed my mom. I'm still growing in grace by the grace of God. I'm still getting to know God more, but I can sense people's aura. I can sense I can sense when people have bad aura. When the guy walked in and, we just greeted normally, served him food and he was eating, I just I just didn't feel good about his aura. I felt everything was just wrong about his aura. But being me, I didn't jump into conclusions. When you're growing up, growing with God, you have some gifts of discernment, but if you don't take cognizance, you just keep ignoring those signs. So it was just one of those things, saw those signs and then ignored it. But that very moment when she broke that story to me, that was when those signs actually began to make sense. While my spirit was resisting this particular person. And she said he would beat her, lock her indoors, and go away. He would instigate his family against her, and he would come back and beg. And he was doing this again and again and again. Guess what? He was the so called Christian brother, that very quiet brother, that one that seems seemingly spiritual, that one that seems like he can't hurt a fly, that one that seems like he sees God one on one. And then you see him and you're like, oh my God, I wish my daughter can get married to this. He's so fervent in the Lord. Seeing him physically, yes, he passed off that vibe, but it was deeper than that. And in that moment, it occurred to me that, oh my God, that guy is a monster. You mean he did all this to you? You mean you were going through all of this and you never bothered to share with anyone? I mean, how do you even do that? And then she told me, honestly, I really wanted to leave the relationship, but my pastor kept saying that he saw a revelation that if I leave the relationship, that I'll miss the train. That he saw a revelation several times that the train was passing and she missed the train. That train is that supposedly spiritual brother, and that if she doesn't marry him, she probably will never get a man to marry. I know there's some of you out there that have been in this kind of situation, let me put it that way, where your pastors or spiritual leaders are the ones, you know, trying to dictate to you in sensitive matters like this. But I want to let you know something. There is nowhere in the Bible where God says your marriage has to do with your pastor. Please, I stand to be corrected. Anywhere you see it, please, I'd like you to drop it in the comment section so I would go through it. Marriage is a covenant between the man, the woman, and God. When you are going into marriage, there is no reason why, for Christ's sakes, you should expect a third party to tell you what God is saying about your marital journey. For Christ's sakes, why? I remember then when I used to go to the mountain to pray, you'd see people literally write lists, names of different men coming to give to prophets, that you know what, these are the people that I'm actually, my mind is with. I want to know who is my husband. Really? Is any one of them going to take that journey with you? And what makes you think they're actually hearing God? Hello? People are hungry. The man can just say this, that, and you choose the wrong person and you marry the wrong person. Why not just hear God for yourself? Hear God for yourself. God speaks. I'm going to do a different series on that. I don't want to deviate from this topic because I'm still a bit sore now concerning this demise. I'm going to do a different talk on that. I'm going to give very detailed talk on that. But what I'm trying to bring out here is, in terms of marriage, hear God for yourself. And do not be under any pressure whatsoever. Do not be under any pressure. I think women are more prone to this pressure because, so-called biological clock. You have your parents on your neck. When are you bringing a man home? You're almost 30. You're almost 32. You're almost 20 stuff. I know. But think about it this way. You marry early or you rush into marriage with the wrong person. You're frustrated. You don't leave your purpose. Your life is cut short painfully. But think about this. Why not just wait on God and be sure of who you're going to spend the rest of your life with? Even if, okay, fine, you meet someone, do not rush to conclude based on, how do I put it, vital signs. Okay, I've seen him, he loves God, he goes to church, he has money. No, there are deep signs you should look out for. And I feel like because of pressure, most people are not patient enough to look out for these signs. We want to just rush things. We want to just, go on and just get married because we want to get married. An abuser never just starts in marriage. I am very sure that late Osinachi's husband, if we do a background check, his parents, his mom was probably a victim of domestic violence. His sister, a relative, someone he was close to, was probably involved in domestic violence. He saw. And I am very sure late Osinachi too saw the signs, but she was like, she loves him anyways. The signs are always there. And you can take the risk if you have two lives. But so far as I know, you have just one life. Don't take the risk. And if you're already married, I don't know how to beg you. And I'm not going to beg you because you can't help who doesn't want to be helped. But I can only kindly advise you that at this rate in the 21st century, if you are in an abusive marriage, speak up. Your abusers will threaten you most times, obviously, yes. But there is victory in numbers. All right. I'm going to put a link in the description box. By the grace of God, I'm going to try to pull up that video of a lady that did a live video of how she was abused domestically. I'm sure her abuser must have threatened her that he was going to kill her, but from that live video, the moment she posted that live video, in less than minutes, had over thousands of views. There was no way that the abuser was going to come after her because clearly the video had gone viral. So she kind of had a protection, a backup. There is social media. There are people around you. Okay, say you don't know how to use social media, fine. There are people around you. Scream for help. When you want to get out of something, you will. Don't say, I don't have who to go to. Please, you're not living on an island. There are people around you. If you're screaming to A and A is not hearing, scream to B. If you're screaming to B and B is not hearing, scream to C. Don't keep quiet. That moment you keep quiet, the abuser is going to silence you. Keep screaming for help. And now people are becoming aware of the negative impacts of domestic violence. There is no how you speak out for help that you would not get assistance. People will surely come out to help you. If you're concerned about your children will be just fine. Just be safe. Leave that space. And if you say, okay, oh, you want to change the man, I wish you all the best. See, it has gotten to a point where we're not going to be begging women to leave. If life is not worth living for you, please remain in the abusive marriage. Remain and let him beat you to pulp. Remain and keep being servitude to a man who doesn't know your value. It's fine. But if you have so much to live for, if you're called to fulfill purpose, and you by any chance found yourself in an abusive marriage, leave, speak out. I don't want to talk much. I believe by the grace of God, when I'm much stronger, I will do subsequent series sharing my own life experiences. I haven't been abused though, but I've had family friends who have been abused. I would share detailed experiences. Please do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe, and let us share comments down below. What do you really think must have made Osinachi stay in that marriage? I mean, at some point, I'm sure when he was beating her, she must have felt like, the way this man is beating me, one day I think I'm just gonna die. What do you guys think? Please comment down below. What are your thoughts? What do you think? I mean, how do you think the children, I mean, where do you think they're going to start from? Because this is just, I mean, I don't know. Guys, this is painful. She really was a blessing to the body of Christ. Her voice will live on and keep touching lives. My prayer is that as many that will listen to her songs will still be touched and souls will be saved, which is most important. I love you so much, guys. Please do take care of yourself. Like and subscribe, please, and comment down below. Let's do this together. This is it's a pretty new channel, but we have a lot in store for you. Please like and comment. I want to see your comments. I'll be sure to respond to comments as much as I can. I want the comment sections to always be interactive. Guys, what do you think? Let's talk about this. And if you've had experiences, let's share it as well. And if you want me to like share your story on here, keeping it anonymous, obviously, I would share your story and also, you know, get one or two advices from people down in the comment section. I hope to hear from you soon. Stay blessed. I love you. Remember, if you're in an abusive marriage, please leave. so that you can live. God bless you.